Hi, it's Stuart Fencer. I'm the Couples Expert. Welcome to another edition of the Couples Expert Podcast. I do these podcasts trying to help couples really become authentic with one another. To really understand that who you are as a person, you need to show. You need to show your partner every single day who you are without question, and not doubting that your partner would accept you for who you are. And sometimes what happens for me is I sit here and I think about my life and I think about all the couples that I've seen. I get really sad. Sad because sometimes we live in these relationships where we lie in bed at night, turn over and look at our partner, watching them sleep, wanting so desperately, so passionately to be able to reach out to them and tell them how much we ache, that we really need them, and that we need their help. We need their help to feel loved, to feel important, and not believing for a second that there's any way possible to do that. That if we reached out, if we put our arms around our partner and tell them how much we need to feel loved by them, they'll push you away and won't want to be there with you. And it really saddens me. And why it saddens me is because what I know is that we have the answer. We know how to take you from that experience to feeling like there's no one else in the entire world that wants you to do that and will reciprocate every single day of your life. I want to share something with all of you, though. This podcast is being done on a day where this couples expert has had an experience that is pretty interesting. My dog, Ollie, some of you know, is a therapy dog. And my wife and I this morning were walking Ollie in our neighborhood, and lo and behold, around the corner was a javelina. Some of you may not know what a javelina is. It's a pig, but it's a different kind of pig than the pig like Porky Pig. It's an aggressive pig at times. And this couple expert, in my pride and in my duty to protect the people in my world, protected Ollie and protected my wife, Debbie, from this javelina who wanted to eat us all up. Yes, he attacked us aggressively. At 5 a.m., we were walking Ollie, as we always do. We take a walk every morning, a 2-mile walk to help the two of us really connect. And this javelina, this dreaded javelina, and some of you who don't live in the Southwest may not even know what that is. And in my show notes, I'm going to be putting what a javelina looks like and what the couple expert protected his wife from, because we were walking, and normally we've had javelinas before in the neighborhood. You yell, you scream at them, and they go running away. This javelina, when we yelled and screamed, attacked us, came after us, and my wife is screaming, "Oh, Ollie, watch out!" And this couples expert, this man of steel, protected her, protected my therapy dog, and ran the javelina away. And then the three of us were just incredibly emotionally exhausted. This javelina really was something pretty aggressive. And it got me thinking about my life with Debbie and what I really want for that relationship and for this podcast to really help all of you understand something. We only have one life to live, and we need to make it something special. And if we don't do that, if we just accept average, our world, our relationships stay average. And what this podcast really is about turning a good relationship into a great relationship. Nobody wants to settle for merely good enough. That's like saying I want to be below average or mediocre. Who does that? No. We want the best. We deserve the best, and you can have it. I believe so incredibly passionately that couples counseling is not only for the times when you're having life challenges or a problem you can't resolve. You can benefit from couples counseling even if you would categorize your relationship as pretty good. Why not take the extra steps to go from good to fantastic? Not just great, but fantastic and exceptional. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. There are some things that you might or might not be doing in your relationship that if you just started that today would help you turn the corner and make your relationship something special. I recently found a quote on Pinterest, and I want to know how everyone feels about it. I'm not quite sure who said it, but it certainly fits with the message of today. The quote is, "When someone else's happiness is your happiness, that is love." Now, what does that mean? When you're in a great relationship, you and your partner are so in sync, you're so close and connected that you are each other's happiness. All of the love and emotion that you feel is linked to your partner. If they're sad, you're sad. You feel it. All the negative and positive emotions are felt by both of you, and your main purpose in your life is to make each other happy. Your relationship will take priority over everything else. Anything else that's happening in your life is related to your relationship with your partner, where you feel connected, close, and important. You know that your partner is the one person in your life who's going to stand by you and be there for you, and that your happiness is the most important thing to them, always. That's not to say they won't be stressed, or you won't argue or get triggered or angry sometimes, or that your partner might do something without you. Those things are bound to happen. That's just life. The thing is, when it does happen, you look beyond the circumstances to the fact that your love and relationship is more important than anything else in your life. This allows you to resolve the conflict, diffuse the anger, and potentially those harmful situations that would tear most couples apart. They don't do that to you, because what's important is that the two of you want each other's happiness more than anything else. That is love. And that is a great relationship and exactly what we're going to create. Before we get going with this podcast, I want to tell you about next week. Next week, we're going to have a topic that I've been thinking about for quite some time. It's called Love is Love, and it's about same-sex marriages. I want to let you know that next week will be podcast number 96. The LGBTQ relationship issues and the perspective on the struggles and challenges that these couples face. I see a fair amount of same-sex couples in my practice, and they've really given me some insight into the relationship challenges that same-sex couples have and other LGBTQ couples deal with. If you're in one of those relationships or know someone in that community, have them come by and take a listen to the podcast next week. This week, we're talking about creating a special, authentic relationship, taking your relationship from a good one to a great one. Here are some things that I would suggest, but if you want your relationship to truly be great, then you'll want to take these steps to heart and do as many of them as you can. Remember that nothing great comes easy, and that the things in your life of the most value and longevity often take a long time to achieve. That same is true for transforming your relationship. It's not going to happen overnight, but with continual effort, and here's the more important one, consistency, you will see changes begin to happen. And then suddenly, you'll realize something, that your relationship has lost some of the negatives, the bickering, the feelings of not being good enough, the feelings of uncertainty about your partner. your relationship will be more relaxed, close, connected, authentic, and happy. It's gone from a good one to a great one. There's no set time frame for this. Doesn't matter if it happens today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, as long as it happens. But I'll promise you something. It'll be worth it, and both of you will be better for it. One of the first things we want to do is to make your partner a priority every single day. That means in everything you do, everything you say and decide or plan, include a thought of how it will affect your partner. And your partner doesn't have to guess about it. You tell them these things. You tell them that the decisions that you're making are being made with them in mind and how it affects them. Your partner's well-being and happiness is always, that's right, always at the forefront of your thoughts. This applies to big decisions and small things, from picking out new clothes or choosing what to cook for dinner, to large financial decisions or job changes, or family decisions with your family and vacations. You are considering your partner in every one of these decisions. What are they going to think or feel? Will this decision do good or harm the relationship? Is this something we both want, or is this purely selfish on my part? This is what making your partner a priority looks like. And the two of you need to think about this in everything you do, including decisions about the children. Couples whose love lasts a lifetime allow their passions to show. They are truly authentic and straightforward and honest about their feelings, their opinions, and what they need from each other. Being authentic means being truthful and sometimes delivering opposing views or bad news. We want to protect our partners and be kind, even with unkind truths. But how we tell our partner these things is what matters, because how they feel matters more than anything else. We want our partners to recognize when the things that they do might be destructive to the relationship. And if they need to do something different for you, trusting that they'll hear it with the intention that you mean. Here's an example of this. If my wife asked me if her dress looked good, and I thought it was the wrong style or fit, I would tell her. I'd be nice about it, but truthful. By the same token, if there was something that displeases you in your relationship, something about your partner that's upsetting you, you have to be willing to bring it up. And if you are self-aware about what you need and communicate that to your partner, you might be risking them getting defensive or upset. But if you're willing to take that risk, and if they trust the love that you have for them, then your partner will want to hear it. And you need to communicate that to your partner. But if you're willing to take that risk and to have yourself heard and your needs met, it will strengthen your bond. And remember, both of you need to be doing this together. She needs to bring that up. You need to bring it up. Any partner that you have in your life, both of you need to have a commitment that nothing goes by that upsets you, that impacts your relationship without it being brought to the surface. The most unhappy people that I see in my private practice are those who stay silent when they really wanted to speak up. You have to take the responsibility for making your needs and desires known. I can't tell you how many couples recently that I have had in my office that have ended up not staying together, and the reason behind it is because they kept silent too long and it chipped away at the relationship. It's the saddest thing that happens as a couples counselor, because we know most people come to counseling about 6 years too late. that if they had come earlier, the way that we would be facing the issues would be so very different. The deciding factor with this is asking yourself a question. Will telling them this bring us closer and help me work toward a resolution to help me feeling closer and more connected? If the answer is yes, you don't have a choice. You have to bring it up. Don't keep quiet when it's about you feeling important. That's the most important issue. If you get into a habit of making each other a priority in everything you do, you will find a level of connection that you can't even describe because it is so incredibly awesome and you feel so special. You'll be on the same page with your life decisions and relationship decisions, and this will minimize every single conflict and disagreement that you ever have. Another way of doing this, of going from good to great, is to embrace the rawness in your partner. It is such an incredible turn on when someone reveals themselves in a genuine way, without shame, and embraces their flaws as part of their humanity. To be real with your partner and having them be real with you is truly a gift that you give to one another. If you're playing at this, if you're acting like you're in love, if you're not really, sincerely dedicated, head over heels in love with your partner, saying or doing what you think your partner wants, not what is honest and authentic, you are creating a lie, a falsehood, and there's nothing that will destroy the two of you more than that. So being genuine, being real, being authentic, letting your partner see all of you will help forge this connection that we're talking about. One of the people that I love hearing talk is Brené Brown. Brené Brown talks a great deal about this, and she talks about getting on the stage of life. What that's about is about allowing your partner to see all of you and trusting that they want to see that and that all of you is the turn on. I can't tell you how many couples are amazed when they begin to do this and their partner says, wow, you showing me this side of you just really had me falling in love with you more and more every single day. Showing the real you is so easy. It's relaxing. You don't have to be anxious that your partner might discover something about you and be afraid that that will turn them off and they will leave you. So many people have that fear. You have to be willing to be vulnerable and allow your partner to show you everything without holding back. The very thing we want to hide are the things that do make us attractive, impressive, and the biggest turn on. It doesn't make sense, but if we can be our authentic selves, then we can relax and know that our partner loves all of us. Think about all the real growth you've had in your relationship and learning. Where did it come from? For me, it's grown in tandem with the challenges thrown into my path. Your greatest growth and pleasure will be when the two of you have accomplished your challenges together. The deepest conversations, closest connections, the most open hearts, all will be at those raw times when your partner was willing to just split themselves open wide to get to you, so that the love that the two of you have grows deeper and deeper. How amazing is that? That someone in your life, because of you, wants to open themselves up so you can see that part of them. To get your relationship to great comes with overcoming some of these fears of showing your true self. Embrace that quality in your partner. Let them feel safe and secure that you're not judging them harshly for doing this, because you're doing the same thing. Once the two of you do that together, there's a freedom and a strength that's created that's really profound. You'll be amazed how freeing it is. Trust this comment. Trust my message. One of the things I want to remind everyone is about my email list. I have an email list where if you want to get the updated information on this podcast, as well as all the other things that I do here on my podcast, my 3 Minutes with Stuart videos, and also some of the blogging that I do, if you go onto my website, which is www.thecouplesexperts.com, you can sign up for my newsletter as well as my email list that will allow you to get all the updated information on having close connected relationships. You also can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, and I urge all of you who have been joining me to please go on to that and send me an honest review so I can keep these podcasts alive and significant and relevant to all of you. So let's get back to the podcast and finish this up. To really go from a good to great relationship, what you really need are rituals and habits that are strictly about connecting. You and your partner need some special routines that are only about the two of you. Things that you intentionally plan together as a mean for connecting. Now, these could be things that you've been doing already, but if the reason that you're doing them, such as watching the TV news together at night. Now, if you're going to watch the news because you're interested in the news, that's not about a connection. If you're sitting and watching the news since you both enjoy it, and the intention of doing it together is about being close and cuddling and connecting, now you have a ritual that's going to make a difference. The more, the better that you have these. You'll be able to look back when you're triggered or having a disagreement and see that even though you're having a problem at that moment, it doesn't define your relationship. That the interaction is yucky and the feelings suck, but there is a memory of the connection that you two share. And you realize that this moment that doesn't feel very good, will be resolved and you'll be able to get back to that incredible feeling when the two of you are sitting together, feeling loved. The connection you have is so strong because of these experiences you've shared that nothing can make you feel like your partner doesn't care. The only thing that might do that is that dreaded silence. You know down deep they care, but silence is the one thing. It's a metastasis. It will eat away at your relationship and destroy it. It's like a cancer, and it can destroy you. A connected relationship allows you to be more kind, more compassionate, more empathetic. In those moments of disagreement, you can stand back, look at your partner, see the anger, see the disappointment, and still remember there's love in the heart and that the arguments truly are about wanting to be close. No trigger will beat you. The triggers won't win. You control them together because both of you want to connect in a real way. This may be one of the most overlooked yet most important ways to take a relationship up a notch. Making time to pay attention to the relationship to the exclusion of everything else. That is what shows each other that you place value and importance on it. You take care of your partner, you take care of yourself, and then the two of you together take care of your relationship. You can think of it almost as if it were an outsider, a third person. That's how much value you need to put in it. Your relationship is the greatest asset, your greatest security, your greatest accomplishment, the greatest value in your life. It's worth it. Don't be afraid. And here's the last topic. Don't be afraid to allow your passion for your life and your partner to show the world. Never stop being the lover you want to be, and more importantly, the person you want to be. Open, vulnerable, passionate, and give yourself genuinely and authentically to your partner, never holding anything back, because they and you deserve to be fully open and present with one another. Passionate together about everything you do, whether it's folding the laundry, paying the bills, or connecting in the bedroom. You feel that passion about everything you do with your partner. Make the small things matter. Everything in your life should matter to you and your relationship. These two things are critical. They don't need to be separate. Small things, big things, relationship, and work all matter. You need to integrate those. What I've come to realize is that unless I accept that the small things in my life matter, I'll never get the big ones. There's nothing bigger than a happy, loving, and genuine connected relationship. One of the things that sometimes comes up for couples is, what about someone needing to work on themselves? Don't we need to let our partners know that? What I have found, when you have a relationship that has value, people don't want to mess that up. So basically, you don't have to turn to your partner and say, you need to deal with your anxiety, or you need to deal with the fact that you have an anger issue. People don't want to have a relationship or have something that they're contributing to it being weaker because of their issues. They'll work on it without you saying anything. I want to thank all of you for coming here and listening today. I hope you found this helpful. I'm very happy to continue to bring these kinds of things to you every single week that will allow you to create the most special relationship that you could have. Thank you, and please stay connected, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.